Yo, what up, dogs? Last night I went and saw Air, Courting a Legend. It was Tuesday, so it's cheap night in my town. I took my friend to the 7 o'clock showing, and the theater had a small screen for this one, and it was packed. There's at least 30, maybe even 35 people in this theater, and I think it typically holds like 100 in this one, so not a full house, but still a packed house for a Tuesday for a movie that's been out for 4 weeks and will probably be on Amazon Prime in the next couple of weeks because that is who's distributing this movie and made this movie, so it will be on their service eventually. But it was just refreshing to go see a movie with a whole bunch of people, and the age range was all over the place too. We had like all adults, right? Like 20 all the way up to 60, you know what I'm saying? And everybody thoroughly enjoyed their time at this theater and watching this movie. The people that were sitting right beside me were laughing at all the good parts. My friend who I took with me, he was into the movie the whole time. He did like he begrudgingly came to the movie with me, and at the end of it, he was like, "I really like that movie," and I also at the end of that movie really liked that movie. And it is who directed it? Ben Affleck. Hold on, I made notes. Hold on, I got notes this time, guys. So the director and actor, Ben Affleck, is the director of this, and he is the actor as well. I don't know why I'm saying it like this. He plays Phil Knight, who's the CEO of Nike at that point in time. I believe he still is. We also have Damon, who is Sonny Vaccaro, who is like a talent scout looking for the next big thing to promote the Nike basketball division shoe brand. That's his whole role. We have Jason Bateman, who plays Rob Strasser, who is the basketball division's marketing department and head of marketing. And we have Chris Tucker, who plays Howard White. He is, I think, kind of like the PR of basketball talent and relations. He's funny in this too, by the way. Everyone in this movie is absolutely hilarious. Viola Davis plays Deloris Jordan, who is obviously Michael Jordan's mother. She's great as well. Matthew Maher is plays Peter Moore, who is the shoe designer at Nike for the basketball division, and I think he also designs like all the other shoes as well. For I think they had the running shoe was like Air Soul or something like that. I never owned a pair ever in my life, so he was hilarious too. Actually, I was like really curious about the accent he put on that character. And then we have finally Chris Messina. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of these names. He plays David Falk, who is Michael Jordan's agent, and the interactions between him and Matt Damon are absolutely hilarious. They're great together. Just a lot of yelling and screaming, and it's so much fun. He's like such an over-the-top agent that he's hilarious every time he's on the screen. So anyways, this movie is literally all about Nike, who is a third place company at that time in the sports shoe athletic wear division. We have Converse number one, Adidas number two, and then Nike. And Nike is trying to find the next big thing to promote their shoe line. That's all they're looking for. And it's not Jordan right away. It's kind of like Jordan is seen as through Sonny's eyes as like this is the next, like he saw greatness in Jordan and that's why he pursued Jordan. But the rest of the people in the basketball division were looking at like Stockton, Barkley, I forget the other guy's name, but it doesn't matter. It's just like that's the whole point of this movie. And his drive, Sonny's drive to do whatever it takes to get Michael Jordan on as the Nike ambassador for the Air Jordan. And that's the entire movie. And it is great. I enjoyed every single minute of this movie. It takes place in 1984. I was 5. The opening intro has a very beautiful montage of just 80s nostalgia, commercialism, capitalism, showing me toys, wrestling, Mr. T, like everything you can think about the 80s is in this intro. And it's so cool. It just sets the tone for the movie. And as you go on, the dialogue in this movie is crisp. They're just the really good bantering between all the characters. They're funny, they're enjoyable to listen to, and even in some of the banter, you are picking up like little nuggets of Nike history of just like they just throw it in there as like quips and stuff like that, and it's just really well thought out. I like a lot of the interactions between Sonny and the characters. Like they all have their special moments together, and it's just fun to watch. I like watching actors act, and they get to chew on scenery and chew on dialogue that is just fun for them. And it looks like everybody's having a good time in this film. Like everybody, it just looks like this would have been a fun film to be on set with. And like, I love Chris Tucker. He's hilarious in this movie. It's just nice to see Chris Tucker back in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss that guy, and I like watching him do his thing. And he is great in this movie. And like, the jokes in this film are funny. The people in the audience were laughing genuinely at some of these jokes, and they're jokes like aimed for like, they're making fun of the Germans. Chris Tucker and the Jordans are making fun of white people of Portland who run in the rain. There's like so many weird, obscure jokes in this film that are actually landing, and we all had a good time laughing at them. It was great. Like, Matt Damon does a German impression to talk about how Adidas is ran by Germans and stuff like that, and everyone's laughing. It's hilarious, man. It's a good film. It is a good film. The dialogue is good. The story is good. The pacing is good. I would be honest to you all, I am a sucker for movies about business and corporate and stuff like that. Like I can't even say the word. The mechanics of big business is a theme in film that I enjoy. And that's like, I'm talking like Moneyball, big fan. Big Short, Wolf of Wall Street, like things of that type of nature that tell like a good story about corporations and their up and rise and fall and all that stuff. I'm a big sucker for that film, and that is definitely what Air, Courting the Legend is all about. So if you like that type of film, you're definitely going to enjoy yourself when you go and see this film. Is there anything that I didn't like about this film? Okay, so one more good thing that I will mention. I don't talk about scores or soundtracks or anything like usually, but this movie was loaded to the brim with just 80s bangers, okay? So just get ready for it. They did Time After Time with Cyndi Lauper, and it's one of the funniest sequences. It's like me and my friend were laughing at it because I don't want to ruin it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But let's just say they play Time After Time while Matt Damon is waiting for the phone call from Viola Davis to see if he got MJ or not. And it's just such a beautiful sequence, and they're playing Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. And me and my buddy are just laughing because it's like so cheesy, but it's freaking great, man. I enjoyed every minute of it. I really did. So there's one thing I don't like in this film. Only one thing. And it's such a nitpick. And this is hard, right? Because I wish they cast Michael Jordan, like I wanted Michael Jordan to be in this film, like as a youth, because like as he is. But we were talking, like, and Michael Jordan is technically in this film. The actor who plays him, I didn't write his name down. Sorry, he didn't make my list. You see him, like the back shot of him, and he's just a figure. You don't really see his face. You actually don't hear any words from him. He's just a figure. So me and my friend, we were talking about it afterwards. We were like, why couldn't we get a Michael Jordan? And honestly, the answer is Michael Jordan is a legend. There's no one that, like, when you think Michael Jordan, you think Michael Jordan. You can't see a different image of Michael Jordan on the screen. For some reason, I just know if they casted someone that's like, this is supposed to be Michael Jordan, you'd be taken out of the film in a way, because Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan. He's like, you know what I'm saying? So we were sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, why didn't we just deep fake him? Like, could we have gone away with the deep fake? Like, could we have deep faked Michael Jordan? There is more than enough footage out there to CGI deepfake a proper Michael Jordan. We have his voice, we have the AI technology, and we were sitting there thinking about it. It's like, we had Luke Skywalker in Mandalorian season 2, right? And that was a couple years ago. So deepfake technology should have come a long way by now. And why not? Like, maybe you didn't have the CGI budget for it, and maybe it would have blown this movie up a little bit more beyond the budget that it is. But I don't know. Would it have been an appropriate thing to do an MJ deepfake for this film? Like, MJ's not really, like, there is one key scene in this film where it's awkward because the actor who's playing MJ, you only see the back of him, and he doesn't respond to anything the other actors are talking to him, and it's just awkward. It's the only little blip in the film where I'm like, this is weird. So would it have been worth it to have a deep faked Michael Jordan? That is a good question. Answer it in the comments below, because I think it would have been okay. I don't know. We were laughing about it because we have the technology to do it. Like, why not? So that's my only like criticism of the whole film is I think we could have done a deep fake of Michael Jordan. I don't know. Yeah, that's really it, guys. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. I really did. Yeah, what is there anything I didn't like about this movie? No, like just even without the Michael Jordan deepfake, it's still a great movie. I'm gonna buy it for the collection for sure. It's going in there someday, whenever it comes out. I don't know if it's actually going to get a physical release. I hope it does because I know it's going to streaming eventually. But I hope Amazon drops that for us as a physical because I will definitely want that in my collection. It's a damn good movie. I do recommend it to everyone out there who's watching this review right now. Watch it, enjoy it. Tell me what you thought about it. That's it. That's the end of the review. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. Enjoy the movies. Peace out.